of this song. Ah! Taylor, how many times are we gonna do this?
That's what people say.
Well, come on then. This is crazy. Whoa, that was a lot. Welcome to my channel, I'm Nisi. We are once again diving back into our journey of getting to know Miss Taylor Swift and her music. Guys, we officially have 4 more Taylor Swift albums that we still have to get into, including the one today. We have 4 more. And today, you guys, we're going to be getting into one of the albums that I have been the most terrified to listen to. But at the same time, I'm also really, really excited. I don't know how to feel, okay? Because a lot of you guys have told me that you guys think that I'm going to love 1989. But there's also been so many people who think that I'm going to hate it. If you are new around here, the reason why some people think that I'm going to dislike 1989 is because I used to not be a fan of Taylor Swift's music, okay? I'm not afraid to admit it. I used to be a Taylor Swift skeptic, and the reason why is because a lot of the songs that I had heard from her on the radio or in malls or whatever were what is known to be her glitter gel pen songs, the songs of hers that are like really, really poppy. And I do not really tend to enjoy when Taylor Swift goes into that realm. Those tend to be my least favorite songs from her. So since 1989 is such a pop forward album, there are a lot of people who are afraid that I will hate it. And I am also afraid that I will hate it because in turn, y'all will hate me. But I swear that I'm going to keep a very, very open mind. There are some of her really poppy songs that I actually do enjoy, like 22 for instance. I love that song. But if we have multiple songs that are giving karma or I can do it with a broken heart type of situation, this might be a very rough reaction. But anyway, I am very excited because I know that this is a Taylor Swift classic. So let's just jump right on in. If you guys end up liking me and liking this reaction video by the end, I hope that you would consider hitting that subscribe button because we would love to have you around for the rest of this Taylor Swift journey. So stick around if you guys want to be a part of it. All right, guys, 1989 Taylor's version. I'm so nervous for this. To quickly review the track list like we typically do, I recognize 3 songs on here by name: Style, Shake It Off, and Bad Blood. I've never heard these songs all the way through. I've just heard them from, you know, casually existing on Earth for 21 years. I feel like you cannot have existed on this Earth without having at some point heard, baby, now we got bad blood. You know, we used to be something. Those are the only songs that I recognize by name, but you guys know how this goes. Once I actually start playing the songs, I might actually realize like, oh, I am actually familiar with this song and maybe just didn't know the name of it. We're going to go all the way down to the song New Romantics. We're gonna stop right before we get into the vote tracks, and we're gonna do the vote tracks in a different video. Are you guys ready? I'm very ready. I know that this is a Taylor Swift classic album. A lot of people say that this is like the pop Bible, you know, like this is like the pop girl album. So I'm very excited to see what I've been missing out on with this huge chunk of Taylor Swift's discography. The first song is called Welcome to New York. Interesting. Here we go. Oh! Hey! Hey! Oh! I have not really heard this sound from her. We don't get the sound from her a lot.
Walking through a crowd that villages aglow.
Hey!
Kaleidoscope of loud heartbeats underclothes.
Not Kaleidoscope!
Everybody here wanted something more. Welcome to New York.
Come on!
Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. It's a new
Ow!
track. I could dance to this beat.
Well, come on then! This is so dancey! Okay, hold on. Before we get into the second verse, this is just not a sound that I was expecting. It's so like dance heavy. Like I see this playing in some sort of club somewhere, you know, like you just have to dance like this to it. It gives off that vibe. It's just very like strong in that way. It has sort of this like electric sound about it. So Welcome to New York. I wonder if this was a point in time in her life where she had just moved to New York, because she's kind of talking about the wonder and the excitement of being in New York. She said, everybody here wanted something more, searching for a sound we hadn't heard before. And I feel like anytime you watch a movie, somebody's always moving to New York because they're like, that's where dreams, you know, come true. Like New York, you get all these different opportunities. And I feel like New York kind of carries that sort of legacy of like giving you something new, giving you something different. This is where you change your life.
When we first dropped our bags on apartment floors.
Yeah.
Took our broken hearts, put them in a drawer.
Hey.
Everybody here was someone else before. It's a new soundtrack. I could dance to this beat. Forevermore.
This reminds me of Evermore, Forevermore.
Like any real love, it's ever changing.
Well, yes.
Like any true love, it drives you crazy, but you know you wouldn't change anything, anything, anything. Welcome to
Hey! Come on! Hey, come on! Interesting. That is a sound we do not get from her a lot, but I really like this as an opening track. It just feels very bright and it feels very, it gives introduction. The fact that she says, welcome to New York, it's like, welcome to this album, welcome to this new experience. And I love that because it almost kind of feels like we're walking into a new world. It feels like she's sort of turning the page on her life. Even if she's not actually literally moving to New York, something about this song feels like she's talking about entering a new phase of her life, entering a new chapter. And I like how she ties it to love, because I feel like Taylor, most of her discography is songs about love. Welcome to New York, like any great love that keeps you guessing, like any real love that's ever changing. And I've said this before, typically when Taylor has like an introduction to an album, oftentimes she will start off a project by letting us know what her current idea of love is, whether it's something that she thinks should be feared or something that she thinks that you should fly headfirst fearless into. She usually starts by letting us know, this is currently my ideas of love, and someone else later came on and changed my mind. And here she's basically saying like true love is something that keeps you guessing and it's ever changing. And so I like how she's kind of sticking to that. Like I said, guys, I really like this song. I think that's very, very dancey. It's very like, it comes from a certain time, I can tell. Like, I don't feel like this type of sound will come out in 2025. This song is very like of the time that this song came out, but it's still something that today when you hear it, it will make you feel nostalgic because it has kind of like the older type of sound to it. I'm wondering if I feel like we have to at some point get into the topic of love. It's Taylor Swift, all right? We have to at some point start talking about love, and I wonder at what point things are gonna go downhill, because y'all know the pattern. At some point, we must fall downhill. We must fall. So it's starting out too optimistic. We're gonna move on to the next song, which is called Blank Space. Oh! Hey!
Nice to meet you, where you been. I could show you incredible things.
When have I heard this?
Madness, heaven, sin. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think I have.
Face. You look like my next mistake. Love's a game, wanna play.
See, we already talking about it.
I can make the bad guys good for a weekend.
Hey!
Forever.
Oh my God!
Gonna go down in flames.
Wait, I know this!
It's over.
If the high was worth the pain. Wait!
Starbucks lovers, 'cause you know I love the players. And you
Love the game! Oh my God! This is Taylor's song. Hold on, wait a minute. Now, I've not heard this song all the way through, ever. But I have heard this song like many times, and I don't know. I've never really given this song much thought, but I feel like I do like it. Like, I like the sound of the song. I had no idea this was Taylor Swift's song. I don't know why that's shocking me, because I really don't think about this song. I never really like think about it or play it. It's just shocking me for some reason. This is Taylor Swift. Like, I never knew that this was her song. It really has me wondering how many other just like white girl pop songs I have heard and just did not know that it was Taylor.
They'll tell you I'm insane, but I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. Find out what you want, be that girl for a month.
A month?
Is yet to come. Oh no, screaming last like a daydream.
Hey!
It's gonna be forever.
Oh, it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over.
If the high was worth the
Hey!
and I'll write your name.
The little.
Always only want love if it's torture.
Hey!
Don't say I didn't.
Say I didn't warn ya.
Don't say I didn't. Say I didn't warn ya.
Come on, Larry!
Forever, or it's gonna go
Say
down
it!
in flames.
You can tell me when it's over. And you love the game. Sing it!
Reckless, we'll take this
Say it!
but I got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name.
That little click that she does right there. But I got a blank space, baby. And I write your name. It's so, the song gives, oh my God. All right, hold on. Wait a minute. First of all, that song is so good. Like I said, I don't think about this song a lot. I think that I just hear it, you know, like when you go to malls, like stores, and hear it in the background. I didn't even realize how much I like this song. I've clearly built like an emotional, parasocial connection with Taylor Swift since getting into her. And it's something about knowing that this song is hers that just makes me like it more. I really, really like the song. It's so good. And I feel like everybody can relate to it. Literally, like the idea about how love can sometimes suck. This song very much feels very like tongue in cheek, which I like because like I said, she does like this little pop thing, like with her tongue almost. It really just makes me feel like this song is very kind of like humorous in a way. Like she's not taking it super seriously, but it also is very serious. Oh my God, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. She's almost making fun of her love life. She said, I'll be that girl for a month. The way that things like start quickly and it'll end quickly, the way that things go to disaster so fast. And I find it so funny because I was literally just joking before I started the song about, all right, like when is it gonna go downhill? You know, when are we gonna start talking about love? And when is the guy gonna start being a jerk? And here it is, like she is also making fun of it as well. I just really like that. But also it's interesting because she said, ain't it funny, rumors fly, and I know you heard about me. So hey, let's be friends. I'm dying to see how this one ends. So it's also making me think that maybe she is also making fun of this from the media's perspective. She's also kind of poking fun at how the media and the public sees her. And I also like how she says, got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane. She pokes a lot of fun at the fact that she writes about a lot of her exes and that sometimes they get a little bothered when she does that. Like, I bet you think about me. Like, you know, when she said, oh my God, she's insane. She wrote a song about me. So I like how when she says, I got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. Like, I'm sitting here waiting for the next ex that I'm gonna write a song for because I know that it's gonna happen again. I got a blank space right here, babe. Soon as you start acting different, soon as this goes down in flames, pulling out the pen and we're gonna start writing. This song I just really like. I like the meaning of it. I like how it's so relatable, but I also like how she's making fun of it herself. We're 2 for 2, guys. We're 2 for 2. This was a little scary going into this. It was a little bit scary and I don't want to speak too soon, but so far I do like how this album is going so far. The next one is Style. Like I said, I am aware of this one. It's not that one that's like, we never go out of style. We never go out of style. Cause you got that, Why don't we just listen to it instead of me putting on a performance for you and I don't even know the words. Hey! What the sound of this? It's full.
You come and pick me up, no headlights.
No headlights? What are you trying to hide?
Long drive could end in burning flames or paradise.
Or it's gonna go down in flames. Literally just the last song. I love the sound of this.
I should just tell you to leave, cause I know exactly where it leads, but I watch us go round and round each time. You got
Hey!
that
Come on, guitar!
look in your eye.
And I got that.
Red lip, classic thing that you like. Long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt.
What's she talking about?
Good girl, babe, and a tight little skirt. And when we go crashing, he can't keep his wild eyes on the road.
Well, that's dangerous.
Takes me home,
we're being a little saucy in this one, Taylor, because what you mean just take me home? What you mean just take me home? That could mean a lot of things. That could be lyric. You know, it could just mean let's just be together. You know, take me home as in take me to your heart, whatever. But she also sitting here talking about something. I got that good girl fade back, I got the tight mini skirt. Girl, please sit down. Sit down. We go crash it down. We come back every time. So at first I was thinking this was a relationship where it's just like a lot of ups and downs. It's like a lot of ups and downs, and they have to like continue to work through it, but they just can't get rid of each other. But it seems to me that this might actually be like some sort of like an on and off type of relationship. So not a relationship where they're still together, but one where they like break up and get back. Because she was like, I heard you've been out with some other girl. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean? Why is there always somebody else? And who do we have to fight? But then she was like, I've been there a couple times too. So I'm like, okay, well, I hope that y'all, you know, ended that before you did that. So I'm thinking this is like an on and off type of relationship. You can't find yourself completely breaking away from this person because you guys are so like made for each other in a sense. You guys never go out of style. And looking in your eye. And I got that. Out. Come on. I love that. I love that song. I'm not really sure what differentiates in my mind between a Taylor pop song that I don't really care for versus ones like this that I do. Maybe it's the nostalgia that makes me love these songs so much, like Style and Blank Space. I don't know. I'm hoping by the end of this album I will come to a conclusion as to why some Taylor pop songs I don't really care for and why these I do. I like the chorus and how she says we never go out of style, because all the things that she lists about their characteristics are like physical, outward characteristics. She's got the red lip, you know, and she wears the short skirts. It's giving very much like style things, you know, like lip gloss, skirts. So I like how she says we don't go out of style in that way. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Who has a James Dean Daydream slick back white t-shirt? Who's that? Who's that? I don't spend a lot of time trying to figure out who exactly Taylor Swift was talking about in each one of her songs, but it's very interesting. Let me know down below who that's about. I just really like the way the song is written. I also like how it's so personalized to her, like the whole like red lip thing, which is very classic to Taylor Swift and her like whole image. So I really like how it's so personalized to her and probably very personalized to him, but I just don't know who she's talking about. So I like that. I also thinking about You Belong With Me, her being like, you know, she wears short skirts and I wear t-shirts, or how the tables have turned. All right, guys, the next song is called Out of the Woods. It's interesting. Oh! Are we getting back to rock band?
It all seems so simple.
This is giving attitude. It's giving a little angst.
You took a Polaroid of us, then discovered
Why am I scared? The build-up is crazy.
the world was black and white. And I remember thinking, are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet?
Whoa. I'm not expecting that.
Last December,
It's always December. It's always December.
we were built to fall apart, then fall back together.
Oh, I love that. Built to fall apart.
And I remember thinking,
Whoa.
woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet?
Pretty good. I'm digesting this.
Breaks too soon. 20 stitches in a hospital room. When you started crying, baby, I did too. The sun came up, you were looking at me.
Whoa.
You were looking at me.
That was a lot lyrically. Whoa. That was a lot. That song was a lot. The song has a very like urgency about it. Like the instrumental feels like super urgent and like high stakes for some reason. It just had me on edge. I wasn't like completely sold on like the chorus for a while, because it was just like, you know, just like that repetition and things like that. It wasn't really like hooking me or like grabbing onto me. I think that the chorus would need to like grow on me. But I do very much think that it's intentional, because like I said, this instrumental sounds very, very urgent, and that repetition also adds to that feeling. It seems like a relationship where there's been a lot of ups and downs, there's been a lot of hard moments, and it seems like she's kind of asking, are we past those hard moments yet? Are we past that? Have we gotten to the point now where we can like move on and move forward? It seems like she's asking it with so much urgency, because I think that it really depicts the worry and the anxiety that she has about it. She really wants to know, like, are we good yet? Are we good? Are we good? She's like in panic mode, like anxiety mode, like she's in fighting mode. I really like it lyrically. The amount of like analogies that it uses, the way that it describes things using like metaphors or other situations so that you see what she's talking about. Like taking the concept of the woods, you know, being in the woods and being surrounded by trees and not really knowing how to find your way out, not really having a bird's eye view. You know, when you're like in the woods, you're just like stuck there, eye level. You don't have like this zoomed out view of being able to see what your future looks like. We were built to fall apart and fall back together, kind of describing like the on and off of it, which just reminds me of Style, you know, kind of just making it seem like we're meant for each other. So even if we go back and forth, even if we date other people, we're still meant to always come together. Remember when you hit the brakes too soon, 20 stitches in a hospital room, which like, yeah, it's like if you're driving and like you slam on the brakes, somebody can get really injured and end up in a hospital room with 20 stitches. So it's like, again, with the analogies, but also it symbolizes, remember when you ended things too soon, because maybe you were also getting anxiety about this relationship, so you ended things way too soon, and then we both ended up hurt from it. When the sun came up, I was looking at you. Remember when we couldn't take the heat, you know, if you take sun and then heat. It's just like so lyrically good. I walked out and said, I'm setting you free. Like, I need to set you free because this is too hard and I don't want to put you through this. And when the sun came up, you were looking at me. So kind of like, I like how earlier she said I was looking at you. And then she says you were looking at me. So like we both at some point ended up being on the same page. It's just like a lot in the analogies, the writing. It's so good. Like I said, I think the chorus needs to like grow on me. The song just feels very anxiety inducing, you know? So I don't know if this is a song that I would listen to a lot, but I do like it and appreciate it for what it's about. We're gonna move on to All You Had to Do Was Stay. See, it gives like that electric party sound again.
People like you always want back the love they gave away, and people like me wanna believe you when you say you've changed.
Oh, this is drag.
Off the road.
What?
All you had to do was stay. Had me in the palm of your hand. Then why'd you have to go and lock me out when I let you in? Hey,
The song.
all you had to do was
That thing is crazy.
all you had to do was people like you always want back the love they pushed aside, but people like me are gone forever when you say goodbye.
Girl.
All you had to do was stay. This was what you wanted.
Hey, exactly. Remind them. You broke up with me.
You were all I wanted.
I like that wordplay.
Not like this.
And all you had to do was,
All you had to do was
that's it. Wow. This song very much has like that, kind of like that party sound that like the first song had, with this sort of like electric type of feel in the back. It very much has that. It's like very, very dancey, very upbeat. I do like the sound of this song. I like the concept of the song. Like, dude, you're the type of guy who always just like ready to pack your bags and freaking leave. I've been through this so many times. People like you always want back the love that they gave away. But it's like, if you really wanted me, all you had to do was stay. She said you had me in the palm of your hands. Like, dude, I was here. I was willing to work through it. You broke up with me. She said it's over. It's done because you did this. Now, I don't know if it's actually done, because we know Taylor. We've been through enough albums at this point. I don't really know if it's actually done. coming from the song that we literally just listened to, Out of the Woods, she was talking about how they slammed the brakes too soon, right? But then like eventually as the song goes on, it sounds like they get back together. So this song could be what it was like after he hit the brakes. After he hit the brakes, this could be the song where she says like, dude, all that you had to do was stay. But then maybe eventually they do end up getting back together. I don't know. Not sure of that. So I don't know if this was like the final straw for her and this was like where they actually broke up and never got back together, or if this was just one of those parts in between where they ended up going through a breakup period and then got back together. Not sure. I like that song. That song is a vibe. I like the story that's like being told here. It's very much, all these songs I feel like are kind of tying into the same idea. Style, Out of the Woods, all you had to do was stay. Tying into the idea of like something that is kind of like on and off. But we're gonna go to the next one, Shake It Off. Now, Shake It Off is a song that I have heard before, not all the way through, but I know the chorus. Not the biggest fan of this song. I like the idea of it. What I think that the song is about is probably just like shaking off people's criticisms. I don't know what time this song came out, but I do know there are a lot of periods in Taylor's career where she was like public enemy #1. And so it could be during one of those increments. Not really fully sure that I really like the sound of the song, but we'll listen to it again because I have not heard it in a long time, and who knows.
I stay up too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. But I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. That's what people say.
Blank space.
It's gonna be alright.
Come on.
'Cause the player's gonna play. And the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake. Shake it out. I shake it out. I never miss a beat.
I will say, like I said, I haven't heard the song all the way through. I don't really pay much attention to the song or listen to it, but I think I remember it being like fuller. This is the Taylor's version, of course. So you guys can let me know in the comments. Is like the original song fuller than this?
Dancing on my own, dancing on my own.
Come on.
Moves up as I go, so fast I go, and that's what they don't know.
I'm not saying it's gonna be all right.
'Cause the player's gonna play, and the haters gonna hate.
The laugh.
Hey, just think, while you've been getting down and out about the liars and the dirty, dirty cheats of the world, you could have been getting down to this sick shake, shake.
Yeah. 'Cause the player's gonna play,
Sing!
haters gonna hate.
I'm just gonna say. Ooh, I like that ending there with like the horns and like her voice being like, and the way it like held out together. This song is funny. This is a funny song. Okay, like listening to it now, I can remember why like I'm not really like a big fan of this song. But I think that after like getting into Taylor's discography and watching so many like interviews from her and watching a lot of her documentaries and like her tour videos, I think that I know her personality more and more. And I think that because of what I know about her personality, it makes this song feel more endearing to me. I really like the concept of this song. Shooting back at the things that people, the public, and the media say about you, specifically, like she's giving it specifically too, like specific examples. And I love how it ties to Blank Space. We're literally just talking about her, you know, kind of poking at the media for how they talk about her love life. And I love how she also pokes at that here as well. She's just like, it's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be all right, and I kind of like that because it's almost as if this is the song that plays in her mind. I like how she says, I'm dancing on my own. I make the moves up as I go. That's what they don't know. And I feel like that could be like a lot of different things. She could be saying, you know, I'm quick on my feet. When life throws things at me, I kind of just make the moves up as I go, and I can, you know, pull myself out of anything. But I also kind of feel like For some reason when she said it, it made me think about how like some people make fun of like her dancing from like the Eras tour. I've seen people online do that. So I like how she's like, I make the moves up as I go, dude. And like that's what they don't know. Choreography, you know, sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just stand up there and I do what I want. I think that this song isn't meant to be taken super seriously. Again, it's like one of those things where it's like, sonically it's not meant to be taken super seriously, but like the context and the lyrics of it is a serious type of message. And if I did not know her as an artist, I might think that this part was like not, I might like cringe at this part. But it's because I know her personality that makes this endearing. She's like, when you were sitting and getting down now about the liars and the dirty cheats of the world, you could have been getting down to this sick beat. We're going to move on to I Wish You Would. Let's do this. This is kind of like, where's this song going to go? Because that gives like attitude. That's like, you know, a mama who's like, I wish you would. I wish you would take that cookie out the cookie jar. I don't know.
2 a.m.
Of course it's 2 a.m.
Windows down, you pass my street, the memories start. You're thinking that I hate you now, cause you still don't know what I never said. I wish you would come back, wish I never hung up the phone like I did.
Hey!
Wish you knew that I'll never forget you as long as I live. Wish you were right here, right now, it's all good. I wish you would.
Ha!
It's 2 a.m. in my room.
Go to bed!
Headlights past the window pane, I think it.
I've talked about this so many times. When Taylor don't listen, I know that she made this a long time ago, and so she wasn't there to listen when I said this. You need to go to bed. Go to bed at 11 p.m. You need to be in bed underneath the covers because nothing good happens for you at 2 a.m. We talked about this so many times. Go to bed. I don't care. I don't care if midnights become your afternoons. Go to bed.
Wish I never hung up the phone like I did.
Hey!
Wish you knew that I'll never forget you as long as I live. Wish you were right here, right now. It's all good. I wish you
I like that part.
were cookie love in a straight line down. Makes you wanna run and hide, but it made us turn right back around.
Hey!
Wish you would come back. Wish I never hung up the phone like I did.
Hey!
I wish I wish you would.
Well. I will say that song is not what I expected. I thought she was gonna give a whole, I wish you would go over that girl's house. I would have lived. But I also like this song too. This is interesting to me because we reacted to Speak Now recently, and I feel like Speak Now was created to prevent this. The whole point. She was saying so much to the Speak Now era of like, it is better to just say it, to just get it out. Like if you know what you need to say, you know that it needs to be said, I don't think you should wait. I think that you should just speak now, because then you have this situation where this whole song just seems like a bunch of regrets. It just seems like a lot of things that you wish that you would have done differently in a relationship and immediately after, and like kind of regretting that you didn't. Windows down, you pass my street, the memories start. You say it's in the past, you drive straight ahead. You're thinking I hate you now because you still don't know what I never said. Again, that's why you should speak now. But it's also interesting because this song is like also building future regrets at the same time. Because in the future, you're going to regret that you never just told him what you're saying in this song. Like, it's like she's regretting things that she didn't do in the past. But also it's like, girl, you could change it right now in the future. You could literally call him right now and tell him these things. But clearly you're not. And now in the future, you're going to regret the fact that in that time you didn't say anything. It's just like a constant train of just like, girl, just pick up the phone. I like this part too where she says, you give me everything and nothing. This mad, mad love makes you come running to stand back where you stood. And I feel like that is a line that is depicting everything that the past few songs have given. This kind of like back and forth that they have. It's like she's saying this mad, mad love makes you come running. Like, you always come back running to me, only to stand back in the exact place where you were before. It's like nothing changes. You come back to me just to be in the exact same position that you were, just to continue to give me everything and nothing, just to continue to do the same things and follow the same patterns. And that's why we're not actually moving anywhere. And I think that that's so interesting, and it's so indicative of what we've been going through for the past few songs now. It doesn't have as firm of a grip on me as songs in the beginning of this project did, but I still like it. We're gonna move on to Bad Blood. Now, Bad Blood, this is gonna be very interesting to me because, like I said, I've heard this song, never all the way through, but I had a friend tell me, because they knew that I was about to react to this, they told me that the song is about Katy Perry. So I'm like, all right, I have no idea what that beef is about, and so I don't know. Let's do this.
Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know it used to be bad love. So take a look what you've done. Cause baby, now we got bad blood. Hey! Now we got problems.
Hey!
Did you
I love that
do
bass
this?
coming in.
I was thinking that you could be trusted. Did you have to ruin so sad to
Hey!
think about the good times you and I? Cause baby, now we got bad blood.
Hey!
You know it used to be bad love, and I don't think we can
Solve
You made a really deep
cut.
These kind of wounds, they last and they last now.
I hold the grudge.
Think it all through. All these things will catch up to you. So if you're coming my way, just don't. Oh,
Just don't.
it's so sad to
And I don't think we can.
you love like that. Blood runs. 'Cause baby,
Hey!
you know it used to be bad love.
Bad blood. Hey! Hey! Sing! I hear you back there growling. Oh, girl was getting passionate back there. I heard her in the back. She said, "Ah!" She felt, Katie, I don't know what you done did, but she felt that in her soul. So I don't know what this beef was between Taylor and Miss Katie. I don't know what Katie could have done. Did that girl, she just be living her life. She's making space out there in space. This is a really fun song. I'm sorry. I have to say it. It's a really fun song. I really like it. I really like how when the chorus comes in, it's like just, first of all, I like how the song starts. I like how it starts with the chorus, but it's like no beat. It's just a boom, boom. It's just like the bass that comes in, and then it goes to the song. And then when the chorus comes back around, it starts off with just like the boom, boom of the bass, and then later on the rest of the beat comes in, and something about that I just like. It just makes it feel more dangerous. So like the relationship started off good, like they started off friends, and then now Taylor, I guess, feels betrayed or hurt in some sort of way. She said, "You stabbed me in the back," so she feels betrayed in some type of way, and now there's that. Dang, girl. Dang. I thought Kanye was the only one that we was giving shots to. I really like this song. I just think it's fun. I just think it's dangerous. I just think it's relatable for anybody who's experienced beat. She didn't make it extremely specific. So I feel like she could be talking about many different people all at once. She could be talking about Kanye and Katie and anyone else that she feels like has ever done her wrong. All right, guys, we're going to move on to track number 9, which is called Wildest Dreams. Sounds like so deep, so
He said,
dark.
"Let's get out of this town, drive out of the city, away from the crowds. I thought heaven can't help me now.
That lower register.
Nothing lasts forever. My one condition is, say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe.
Hey.
Lips and rosy cheeks, wildest dreams.
Oh.
Wildest dreams.
Song is so like depth.
And his voice is a familiar sound. Nothing lasts forever, but this is getting good now. He's so
Hey.
tall and handsome as hell. Wildest dreams.
Ooh, I like this.
Tangled up with you
sad. Sing! Sing.
Wildest dreams I have.
I love the sound of this song. I freaking love it. It sounds so, I don't know, there's like this darkness about it kind of, but also it sounds like dreamy, which I like because obviously it's called Wildest Dreams. So something about it, it's like dark but dreamy, and I like that because that's literally like the concept of the song. Like, it's dark, it's sad for you to just assume that this is gonna end. Like, she's already planning for this relationship to be over, and it makes sense obviously because we've been through so many songs at this point where she basically does like the same thing, where she always alludes to there being an end, blank space. Like, there's always Out of the Woods, where she's like not calling it the end but anticipating that the end could come. Like, there's always just this insecurity that she carries around that her relationships are gonna end, which when you think about songs like Blank Space or songs like Shake It Off, where she kind of like takes jabs at the media for the way they talk about her, but you can tell that it is like an insecurity that she carries. And I also like in the production, they somehow made it like seem like it almost sounds like a heartbeat at some points. Like the beat kind of almost sounds like it's a heartbeat, and I just like love that. I don't know, like I don't know how like they do that. I don't know if I'm crazy. I don't know. It's just like about her already predicting that the end is gonna come in this relationship, but her just being like, when this ends, remember me, remember our relationship, remember me fondly. She says, I hope that you say you'll remember me in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, red lips and rosy cheeks. She kind of paints this really, really pretty picture. I want you to remember me that way. I want you to remember the innocence, the beauty of me. But then like in the beginning, she pokes at it. She said like, he's so bad, but he does it so well. And it's like, Taylor, how many times are we gonna do this? How many times are we gonna get into a relationship with a guy that's bad? No wonder why you think that this relationship is gonna end. I really, really like this song. I love the sound of it. I love the meaning of it. You know, I love how she always has this sort of like interesting perspective in there. It's not just, you know, oh, I think that this relationship is going to go down. I love how she adds the added layer of, if it's going to go down, or when it goes down, as she would say, just remember me. It's like the added layer of that. I love how there's always so many layers in her music. Next song, number 10, How You Get the Girl. Oh, hey!
Shaking from the rain, rain.
Hey!
She'll open up the door and say, are you insane? That's how it works. That's how you get the girl. And then you say, I want you, but where's the better?
Hey!
Would wait forever and ever.
Hey!
And that's how it works. That's how you get the girl.
Ah! Oh, I like that!
Remind her how it used to be.
Hey.
Tell her how you must have lost your mind
Well, yes, you must have.
when you left her all alone and never told her why.
Right.
I would wait
Ever
forever
and
and
ever.
ever.
Hey!
How it works, that's how you get the girl.
Oh. Yeah, like this is an example of a song that's like really, really poppy. Like this is like a really, really poppy song. But I like the concept so much that I like it. Like I like the vibe. I think that if I didn't really like the concept, or if the concept was too like cliche or whatever, I think that maybe this will be a song that I wouldn't really like. But because I really do like this concept of that's how you get the girl, like her almost taking this fantasy in her mind of what she wishes that certain guys would do, and basically say like that's how you get the girl, that's how you get her back. And it's interesting because it does also tie into other songs as well, but we'll get into it at the end of this. The electronic sound in the back. Get the girl, girl. now it changed. It changed from that's how you get the girl to that's how you got the girl. I really like the concept of this song because we talk so much about how Taylor has this very fairy tale view of relationships. Like, she watches too many romance movies. That girl loves herself some romance movies. She loves someone's coming in from the rain. She literally said that in the beginning. She said, standing there like a ghost shaking from the rain. We know how she is. She likes to picture it like a movie into her mind. And it just reminds me of the song, If This Were a Movie. Come up to me and like tell me that you are sorry, that you lost your mind when you made the decision to leave me, that you would wait forever and ever. And she literally just said in the last song that forever isn't real. So you see how like certain songs bring her back to reality of how things tend to actually work in relationships and her fantasy of what she would want. And I find it interesting after listening to songs like, what song was it? All You Had to Do Was Stay. A song that I Had to Do Was Stay, where she's like, dude, like, once you say bye to me, that's it. I'm gone. But it's almost like her saying in this song, if you really, really, really want me back though, you could do it. And this is how. Maybe he actually did do this. And maybe that's why she said in the last line, and that's how you got the girl. Because at one point, you did get me back. Probably didn't last after that. But yeah, I really like the concept of that song. Like I said, the instrumental is like super duper poppy. It's not something that I would usually listen to. But because the concept is so good, it makes me like it. We're going to move on to the next song called This Love. Ooh. Soft. Whoa. So dreamy.
Wildest dreams. This love is good. This love is bad. This love is a light back from the dead.
Hey.
Had to let it go free, and this love came back to me.
Whole point of this entire project.
Struggled through the night for someone new.
Yeah.
I could go on. This love is good, this love is bad, this love is a light back from the dead. These hands had to let it go free, and this love came back to me.
Hey. Sing, girl.
I fell to my knees when you were young, you just around, but you come back.
Yeah. That was a beautiful song. A really, really beautiful song. The thing about Taylor and the way that she writes, her diaristic writing really makes it so that you get to kind of know, well, never like truly know the true like Taylor Swift or whatever unless you actually know her in real life. But it gives you an idea of like who she is as a person. And her songs, I feel like, just give me an idea of what she thinks about love and how she views love. I think that what she prioritizes, one of her biggest priorities in a relationship is endurance. Like, she doesn't care if you go through rough patches or hard times. Her most like number one important quality about love is just that it lasts, that it stays. That's why you have songs like All You Had to Do Was Stay. Like, no matter how hard it was, the issue that I have with you was that you left. The line that sticks out the most and the line that she's prioritizing is this love came back to me. I really like this song because it just kind of shows, I think, the ups and downs of a relationship. Every relationship has ups and downs, even healthy ones. In Taylor's case, it tends to be more so and more of like the toxic side. And she said these hands had to let it go free, which of course reminds me of 20 Stitches in a Hospital Bed. And, you know, she basically said that I let it go free at one point. I think this was Out of the Woods. It was Out of the Woods. I let it go free. And she did it because she felt like it was just like too hard. Like they needed to just set each other free. And then she said, I let it go free, but it still came back to me. It's very much like going back to that same story that we've been painting throughout this whole project. She said, baby, I could go on and on. And I like how she said that, because it's like, I could go on and on talking about this, but also in this relationship, I could go on and on through this cycle that we have. And I just like the song. I really like This Love. We're going to move on to I Know Places. Oh. So 2010.
You stand with your hand on my waistline.
Hey!
And we're out here in plain sight. Something happens when everybody finds out. See the vultures circling dark clouds.
Yeah.
Love's a fragile little flame, it could burn out.
Whoa!
The hunters, we are the foxes. And we run.
Hey!
I know places we won't be found, 'cause
Hey!
I know places we can hide. I know places. Lights flashing
Ooh.
on for the fence.
I love this production. It's giving kind of like spooky type of like energy. It gives kind of like danger, which obviously I like because she's making it seem, she's really like dramatizing the whole thing of like needing to keep your relationship private when you're a celebrity, because the vultures and the hunters will cause problems and issues in your relationship. And she's really dramatizing it of being like, they're the hunters, they've got guns, they've got cages, they've got boxes, and we gotta get up out of here. I really love that.
Slip, sink ships all the damn time. Not this time.
Hey!
Just grab my hand and don't ever drop it. We are the foxes. And we run.
Hey! Who's singing this?
Places we won't be found in. We are the foxes.
Boom, boom.
We run. Just grab my hand and don't ever drop it. My love, baby.
Hey!
Track us down, 'cause
Come on! I know places. Come on! The green eyes. Listen, I wasn't, I like how it kind of cuts out like a tape. I wasn't going to take time to try to figure out and piece together who she was talking about, but if you're going to drop information into my lap, I'm going to take it. This is probably Harry Styles type of situation, because I don't know why she's always talking about that man's eyes. She loves his green eyes. They really do it for her. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying probably. Okay, I love this song. I like it because, like I said, it's the production, the vibe. It's so much drama. I love the drama. And it's like multiple songs on this project where she's kind of just been talking about her love life as seen through the media. Hello, blank space. Hello, shake it off. Like, just the media will try to hunt you down and try to come for your relationship. She's talked about this multiple times. This is how you get to the situation where she busts out the mic and she goes, I'm ready with my dress, somebody. Screw my daddy, I love. That's how you get a song like that. Shut up. Shut up. Stay out my business. I know places where we can go where we can get away from the vultures and the people trying to figure out what's going on in this relationship. Period, girl. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I always wonder how celebrities like get around the media and things. Where are their usual hangouts? Do they just like go to places that are like exclusively for celebrities so they can hang out and be free? You know, like I just don't think that they're just walking into, you know, a random Applebee's. They gotta be going to like very exclusive places, probably places that none of us can afford, probably. That's probably how they get around it. They're like, let me go someplace where the dinner costs $1,000. We ain't gonna find no regular commoners there. I also love how she said, love's a fragile little flame. It could burn out. It could burn out. And it just kind of reminds me of the last song, This Love, where she was saying that there's like a lantern and my flame like only flickers for you. And many other songs on this project where she has mentioned burn. She's mentioned burn lots of times. We're gonna move on to the last song. This song is called Clean. It's not the last song we're gonna be reacting to today, but it is what is supposed to be the original like closer of the standard track of 1989. So I'm very interested to see how she closed this project. This is dark.
The drought was the very worst.
Hey.
It was months and months of back and forth.
Oh girl, we know.
You're still all over me like a wine-stained dress I can't wear anymore.
Hey.
Came pouring down when I was drowning. That's when I could finally breathe. And by morning, gone was any trace of you. I think I am finally clean. When the butterflies turned to dust that covered my whole room. So I punched a hole in the roof.
How'd you get up there?
The water filled my lungs.
Come on, imagery!
So loud, but no one heard of me. Rain came pouring down. I think I am finally clean. I think I am finally clean. Just because you're clean don't mean you don't miss it. 10 months older, I won't give in.
Hey.
Now that I'm clean, I'm never gonna risk it.
Come on.
When I was drowning, that's when I could finally breathe. And by morning, I think I'm finally clean.
Wow. I love this sound of this song. It's like so like soothing, and she sings like in that upper whispery type of register that I love when she sings in. I really love this as a close. I have a lot to say about this song. Hold on. Let me keep the structure. I love this song as a closer because we just went through so much back and forth, and she literally actually calls that out in here. She says it was months and months of back and forth, and finally getting to a place, the closer, finally getting here where she's like, I'm finally clean. I feel like I've finally gotten to a place where you are not all that I am obsessing about. I kind of have more of a clear mind, a clear state, and it doesn't mean that I never miss you, but I'm at the point now where I can move forward. And that's why I love it as a closer, because we're moving forward. And I love it because when you think of the opener, Welcome to New York, I was saying that it sounds so introductionary. You know, it sounds like she's flipping the page, like she's starting a new chapter. And then in the closing, it does the exact same thing, where it makes you feel like we are starting a new chapter. We're cleaning like the old clutter and we're moving into something new. It does like the same thing as the beginning, so I really like that as like the opener and the closer. This song also reminds me of the song You All Over Me, where she's like, and no amount of freedom gets you clean. I've still got you all over me. Just like not being able to get this person off of your mind, off of your spirit. She literally says this line right here, you're still all over me, like a wine-stained dress I can't wear anymore. But we are like moving forward and moving forward. We are now to the point where she can say, I am finally clean. I just love how she uses the word clean, because it kind of seems like when you get over an addiction and you become clean. And then she literally said later on, she was like 10 months sober. I must admit it, just because you're clean don't mean you don't miss it. She literally ties it to like some sort of addiction. But she said, I'm 10 months older and I won't give in. So she's like saying, I've matured now at this point. Like there have been times maybe when I said that it was over, like all you had to do was stay. There may have been times when I said it was over, but then I fell right back into it because he did what I said to do, and that's how you get the girl. I fell right back into it, but now I am older. I love the rain imagery. She uses rain imagery all the time, and I talk about it all the time. I talk about how usually when she uses rain, it's either for sadness or it's either because she's tying it to some sort of sappy love image that she has in her mind, of like romance and things like that. And in this one, like the rain is cleaning her. I really like that song. I love the sound of it. Like I said, it was like very, very soothing. And that would have been the closer for 1989, which I said I loved as a closer. But we're going to move on to 3 more songs. We're going to do Wonderland next.
Flashing lights and we took a wrong turn and we fell down a rabbit hole.
This delivery, I like this.
They tell us don't rush into things. Didn't you flash your green eyes at me? Haven't you heard what becomes of curious minds? I should have slept with one eye open at night. We found Wonderland. You and I got lost in it, and we pretended it could last forever. Eh, eh.
Oh,
In Wonderland,
this is crazy.
in Wonderland,
Hey, that is so big.
in Wonderland. So we went
I love
on
when
our
she
way.
said that.
Two in love to think straight, all alone or so it seemed.
The vocal delivery,
Stranger in Wonderland,
this is crazy.
in Wonderland.
I love the way she says that.
You searched the world for something else to make you feel like what we had, and in the end, in Wonderland, we both went mad. Oh,
Sing. Oh my God. I love the vocal delivery of this song. When you get to the chorus, like the way she goes, in Wonderland. Like, I don't know, this song has like a certain angst to it. Like, it sounds like she's pissed. It sounds like she is like thinking back at this relationship and she's like pissed. She's like, didn't I tell us don't rush into things? Didn't you flash your green eyes at me? Why would we do that? Why do we do that? Like, it just seems like something about it. She's just like so regretful of it, the way that she's delivering it. I have never seen Alice in the Wonderland. I know about it, but I've never actually seen it. So I will say, like, if she's making a whole lot of Wonderland, like, you know, connections, I'm not really picking all them up. She said Cheshire Cat smile, which is making me think it could be like one of the animals from Alice in the Wonderland. So I don't fully understand like the concept of Wonderland. Can't really speak deeply about that, but I do know that like Alice got like lost in some sort of world, whatever. Didn't she like fall down a hole or something like that? I kind of like that idea where she's saying like we got lost in it, which is like an interesting thing to say because she's making it seem like everything that they did was so deliberate and like she almost regrets that because she's owning the fact that these were choices that we made, but then she says we got lost in Wonderland, you know, like we found Wonderland and then got lost in it. So almost like we made these decisions which got us to Wonderland, but then like we almost couldn't help but get swept away and lost into it. Like at some point it fell out of our control and we pretended like it could last forever. That takes me back to Wildest Dreams, where again she was saying like there's no such thing as forever. And so here she's like, we pretended that there was such a thing. I really, really like this song. I just love like the way that it sounds. Like it's so big and it's so full. And then like I just love her delivery on it. In Wonderland. Like I really, really like this song. I don't know. Something about it has a certain quality. We're moving on to the next song called You Are in Love. This is a change from the last song we just listened to, which is so big.
One look, dark room, meant just for you. Time moved too fast. You play it back. Coffee at midnight. The light reflects the chain on your neck. No proof, one touch, but you felt enough. You can
Hey.
hear the silence. You could feel it on the way home. You're in love.
Oh. Hey.
You keep his shirt, He keeps his word, and for once,
For how long?
go of your fears and your ghosts. You're my best friend, and you knew what it was. He is in love.
Aww.
In the silence, you understand now why they lost their minds and fought the wars, and why I've spent my whole life trying to put it into words. 'Cause
I
you
love
knew in
that.
silence. You're in love.
Okay, this song is interesting for multiple reasons. First of all, it's like very like soothing sounding. So like I like that with like the meaning of what this song is about. She's basically just like listing out all of like the ways in which you know that you're in love. Kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about how it kind of illustrates her ideas of love, what she thinks that love is and what love is supposed to look like. So I love how she's giving us the insights of that. It's interesting because the way that she like delivers it, the way she goes, one look, dark room, meant just for you. Time moved too fast, no proof, not much, stuff like that. It's very like, the way that it's broken up makes it seem like she's almost listing steps, which makes it feel very systematic, which kind of goes towards what this whole song is. Like she's almost like making a list of all the things that you need to look out for, and which you know that you are in love and that he's in love. You understand now why they lost their minds and fought the wars, and why I've spent my whole life trying to put it into words. Like her basically saying, like, when you finally do fall in love, you will realize why love is such a significant and special part of the human experience. You will understand why people love so much that they fight wars over it, that they go through all the trials and tribulations, that they lose their mind, and why I've spent so much time literally building my career off of talking about it. She just keeps giving us so many nuggets in this album of what love means to her and what she thinks it should look like, what it should feel like, and why she finds it so important to have it. And I think that that's important with an artist who talks about love for most of their songs. So now we're gonna move on, guys, to the last song before the boat tracks, which is called New Romantics. Hey.
All bored. We're all so tired of everything we wait for. Trains that just aren't coming. Honey, life is just a classroom.
Whoa. Okay.
Rumors are terrible and cruel.
Yeah.
Most of them are true.
Hey. Oh, wait.
Please leave me stranded. It's so romantic.
Not so romantic. This is another song that's like super duper poppy, so I probably would not listen to it a lot, but I still do like the sound of it. It's just like really like a lot for me to like listen to on like a regular basis, but I do like it. It kind of reminds me of 22 for like a lot of reasons. The very poppiness of it, but also it feels like she's talking about people who are young. She said, we're the new romantics. Like, we are the new people who are up for love. We're like the new generation of dating, but also like we're just like the new generation. Like, we're young, like we're doing what young people do, and kind of just like going through the young experience. And I like how in 22 she does that too. She kind of talks about she talks about young people like they're a collective. She's like, we play dumb, but we know exactly what we're doing at the end of the day. And then we end up crying in the bathroom, life is just a classroom. We're just constantly learning all these lessons throughout our life. She said I could build a castle out of all the bricks that they threw at me, which I feel like is very like personal to her and who she is. So it's like she's talking about we, but also kind of wrapping herself up into it. But I love how she said something about like the rumors were like cool, but a lot of them are true, which is just interesting because like I said, when you go back to like Shake It Off, or when you go back to like Blank Space, it's like she doesn't like the things that people say about her, but you can also tell that a lot of the things that people say are also sometimes what she thinks about herself. But the best people in life are free, which I think is like an interesting word. It's like we're making all these mistakes, but we are allowing ourselves to be free and make them. We're allowing ourselves to hit pitfalls. That's what makes us free, and that is what enriches your life the most, is being free to make those choices. So I like that song, New Romantics, how it just speaks to youth, the mistakes that you make. And again, I feel like it's kind of like a good way to, this was like the last bonus track, so it's probably like the last track on the deluxe, but it's like kind of gives that ending feeling of just being like, I made a lot of mistakes, in which I have told you all about throughout this project, throughout this album. But I'm doing it because I'm young and I'm free. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I can forgive myself for those things. Like, I'm just doing what young people do. This is like the young experience. These are what we go through. This is what we go through. This is what happens. You can throw bricks at me all that you want. And I mean, I'm too busy dancing to get knocked off of my feet. So go ahead and keep throwing them. Go ahead and keep on throwing them. I like that. Guys, we have reached the end of 1989 Taylor's version, all aside from the vote tracks, which we will get into in a different video. This was such an interesting experience. 1989, I don't know, I went into it expecting, since this is her most poppy album, I knew that she would talk about love. I knew that she would probably talk about heartbreak at some point. But I just went into it thinking that maybe this album will be a bit more surface level than the other albums that she's done, because it's going to be so poppy and so upbeat. But I was surprised by the amount of depth that we still got in this project. And obviously there have been albums of hers where she, I think, is more lyrical than she was here. The songwriting here still did such a good job at communicating so much depth, even when the songs were so poppy and dancey and upbeat. I didn't really know what the subject matter would be either in an album that is so poppy, but it's traditional Taylor, of like the heartbreak experience, of the love experience, and the back and forth of it all. But it does it in such an interesting way. I think that each of her albums have such an interesting perspective on love and on relationships. They take you through so many different journeys, even if you could look at it and say, yeah, the usual theme of Taylor's music is love and heartbreak. It's just so many different avenues that you can take when you go down it. And I love how in this one, it has its own identity, because it is like the pop album. When you think about all her different albums, they all have pop in them, but this is like the poppiest project, and it takes on that sonical challenge, and I think that it does like a pretty good job. I thought that I would dislike much more of the songs here than I actually did, but these are still so good to me. I liked so many of these songs, so many. It's because they weren't like super duper bubblegum pop. There were some of these that were like very, very poppy. Like I said, like New Romantics is very, very poppy. Shake It Off is very, very poppy. But I don't hate them. Like, I may not like them as much as I like the other songs, but they weren't that bad. Obviously, the more that I listen to them, maybe they will grow on me. Maybe they will go farther in the dislike direction. I don't know. It just depicts an on and off relationship and the places that takes your mind and your heart to, and what that means to Taylor, what love means to Taylor, what it means to stay together, what it means to break apart, how you know when it's time to break apart, how you know when you should get back together, and what steps to follow in order to get her back. All of it is just so like interesting to me, and I think that this is just such an interesting, fun project. I'm gonna give you guys my favorite tracks. I like a lot of these songs, but I'm gonna give you guys my faves of the fave, my favorites of all of these songs. I initially was going to like put Welcome to New York in that category, but it was the first song. So like after listening to all the rest of the songs, I will say that it's not one of my favorites of the favorites anymore. So we're gonna set Welcome to New York aside, even though I really like it. Blank Space, Style, Bad Blood, Wildest Dreams, How You Get the Girl, This Love, I Know Places, Clean, and Wonderland are my favorites of the fave. 9 tracks out of 16. I really liked this project, guys. Stay tuned for when we get into the Volt tracks, because we still have to listen to, I don't even know if I can say this word, Slut, Say Don't Go, Now That We Don't Talk, Suburban Legends, and Is It Over Now. Stay tuned, and we're going to be getting into all of those. And then obviously, just like we do with every other era of Taylor Swift, we're going to be getting into the music videos for 1989, and we're going to be getting into her tour video, if she has a tour video for 1989. So you're going to want to be here for that if you liked this reaction. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below what you guys think of these songs. What are your top tracks? Give me some added context that I need for this project. If there's something that I missed out on, if there are any questions that I asked during this project, if you guys can provide answers in the comment section, I would love that. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am really happy that this went well. I'm so incredibly happy that this went well. So y'all don't have to drag me. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.